Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Scott's Selections here for Saturday, February 8th. Before we get into today's play, a quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up picking up a loss with DeAndre Ayton over 21.5 points. It looked pretty decent early on, got into foul trouble, though, in the first quarter, only played about 4 minutes in the first quarter, and then the Suns ended up blowing the game open. They won by about 30, so he didn't play much in the second half, only played 24 minutes. Game flow definitely did not help us out, but either we'll look for a bounce-back win on today's card. Now, for the actual play of the day, we're actually going to be looking at an NBA matchup between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. And we like the Los Angeles Lakers minus 13.5, which is available on FanDuel at minus 110, and that will be the play of the day. Now, besides the fact that the Lakers are just the much better team in comparison to the Warriors, as they played earlier this year, and the Lakers won the first matchup by 26, the Warriors ended up making a ton of moves during the trade deadline, and they ended up shipping off the top three leading scorers on their team. Specifically, they ended up shipping off D'Angelo Russell, who was their best player by a wide margin. They also shipped off Glenn Robinson. They also shipped off Alec Burks. So now they're missing their top three scorers, not including all the people missing from injury. And they also have to face a Lakers team that should come into this game very motivated after barely showing up against Houston in their last game. I expect them to play a lot better in this one. I think the Lakers should win this game probably by 20 points. Plus, if you look at the injury reports, Lakers are fully healthy. And Golden State is also probably going to be without Draymond Green, as he is currently questionable with a back injury. I don't really see the point of him playing in this game. I know the Warriors have already pretty much waved the white flag on the season, as they are 12-40 on the year. But Draymond, he is a solid defender, pretty much possesses no offensive talent whatsoever. But either or, he definitely does provide a lot of value defensively. And I think if he's not able to go, Golden State should struggle to stop the Lakers' front court. With McGee, Davis, and even Dwight Howard off the bench, or LeBron in the paint. So I think the Lakers should win this game pretty easily. Golden State doesn't have many weapons on offense anymore. Andrew Wiggins should be making his franchise debut, but Andrew Wiggins has been a pretty hot or cold prospect, as he has a lot of physical attributes that could make him a great player, but his shot selection and his consistency have definitely hurt him in his young NBA career. But as a whole, I think this game is just a huge mismatch. Lakers are 21-5 on the road, best road record in the entire league. And Golden State's 7-17 at home. The Lakers already won by 26 earlier this year. I think this game will get ugly once again. And plus, the Warriors, even though this is their first season in the Chase Center, the fans really haven't been showing up that well based on the fact that the team isn't that good. I expect to see a decent amount of Lakers fans in attendance, and I think that the Lakers should win this game by at least 14 points. So the play of the day, once again, will be on the Lakers minus 13.5, which is available on FanDuel at minus 110, and that game should be taking place at roughly 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, looking at the leans for the rest of the card, I'll stick to the NBA and then I'll transition. I like the Bucks minus 9 against Orlando. Milwaukee's been probably the best team in the Eastern Conference all season long. Toronto's been flying under the radar, but as a whole, Milwaukee's still the most talented team. Orlando's good, but I still don't think anyone can guard Giannis. Milwaukee's coming off a nice win against the 76ers, and they're just cooking at the right time right now. So for me, lean to Milwaukee there. I think they should be able to get this job done. They're 20-4 on the road. Orlando's barely over 500 at home. So for that reason, lean to the Bucks on that one. Other than that, what do I like here? I'm going to lean to the under 219 between Brooklyn and Toronto. Line's going from 223 to 219. Toronto's been bet down from 8.5 to 6.5 because the Nets have played some pretty solid basketball lately. But as a whole, Toronto is on a pretty large winning streak right now. I believe they've won 12 straight. Kyle Lowry, though, is questionable after getting injured yesterday with, I believe it was a neck or a back injury. So he will probably not play in this game. They're on the second night of a back-to-back. Nets have played well, but Toronto is a very solid home court. I think that game will be close, but I'll lean to the under. I think this game should turn into more of a defensive struggle. Other than that, though, looking at the rest of the betting card, don't really like anything else in the NBA. I'm going to lean to the Clippers, though, at 8.5. Minnesota's terrible. I know D'Angelo Russell's joining the team, but he doesn't play much defense. He doesn't know any of the plays, so I think he will look a little bit disorganized in his first game with the Timberwolves. As although everyone knows the Clippers are just one of the best teams in the NBA and the Timberwolves are terrible. So lean to the Clippers on that one. Other than that, though, looking at college basketball really quickly, I know a decent amount of games have already started, but looking at the actual matchups that are in store, I'm going to lean to Creighton and St. John's over the 149. St. John's likes the full court press, tends to play an up-tempo style. Creighton at home is a really good offense. I think that game should get into the 150s. Creighton should probably score 80 points or so. So lean to the over in that matchup. Other than that, I'm going to lean to the under 148 between Syracuse and Wake Forest. Anytime Syracuse playing the zone, I tend to lean towards the under. Total of 148 is just a bit too high for me. Open up at 151 down to 148. I think Syracuse will force Wake Forest to play in the half court, take some long possessions with the zone, and I think Wake Forest will struggle early on. So lean to the under in that one. I think that game should get into the low 140s, so lean to the under. Other than that, I'm going to lean to Gonzaga here, minus 5.5 against St. Mary's. That one looks like a bit of a trap. I know we ended up Gonzaga hasn't looked as sharp with Tilly out of the lineup, but as a whole, Gonzaga is just so much better than everyone in the conference. And although St. Mary's does play a very slow style of offense, Gonzaga just has the size to cause some serious problems in the interior. So I think Gonzaga should be able to get the job done. But other than that, though, play day once again will be on the Los Angeles Lakers minus 13.5, which is available on FanDuel at minus 110. That's going to be the installment of Scott Selections here for Saturday, February 8th. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.